Yeah, that's right. Club Condo, baby. And we are back for another week. So much exciting, fun stuff going on in the Survivor world. We are so back. Chappell, how are you?
Are we back, Rob? Are we really back? Is there so much fun stuff happening in the Survivor world? Or are we grasping at
Hey,
straws? Are we
I'm
drowning here at
here.
Club
You're
Condo?
here. That's enough fun for me, okay?
I could use some more fun. I could use some more fun from the Survivor episodes. But yeah, anytime I get to talk to you about this show,
Chappelle,
great time.
we have to make our own fun some weeks.
Yeah, well, some weeks being everything since the merge. Basically, since Emergatory, we have been making our own fun, and I've been having a great time. But I really wish the show would amp up the fun a little
Yeah.
bit because
What,
get a little
look,
stale.
it is amped up because, this week we had one of the wildest moments in Survivor history. Everybody is talking about the moment heard round the
Yes.
world when
Mhm.
David Chappelle, for years, you've been telling people, stand up.
Yeah. And
David listened.
I yelled, sit down. Lloyd, sit down. David, stop. Stop it. People were laughing at Star in the background, but look at Cedric. He looks mortified. I love this so much. I don't know if anybody's caught on, but I've been the biggest David defender in these streets for the last 3 weeks because I think he's just so funny as a character. I don't think we have many caricatures of people as players anymore on Survivor like we used to. This man, I told y'all, he's right in that coach vein of like, he believes it. He knows it, but he also believes it. He stood up to salute Mary. We've never seen that done in 48 seasons.
Let me stand to salute you, Chappelle.
You gonna stand to salute me? It's just, I thought he was about to run up on him. I thought he was about to go and just like charge
Is that
Joe.
the
Like,
next step? Does somebody leave the jury box?
So listen, I found out, I was listening to a certain podcast with Jessica Lewis, and she said she left the jury. She said she walked out. She think
you were on Why Blank Lost last week, and now you are like such a disciple of Why Blank Lost.
The rules have to be followed, Rob. And the only way to find out about the rules is to tune in. And so, yeah, I listened to YX Lost, and Jessica Lewis said when she was on Survivor, they did a family visit, and she missed the family visit because she was voted out before that. But her husband had flown all the way out there, and she was so upset during the tribal council that she finally was like, "Fuck it," and left. And Jeff was like, "Let her go. She's grieving. You know, she missed out on seeing her husband." So people do this. Apparently the show just edits it out. I would love to know how many times people have just walked out of the jury. But I thought David was finna lunge at Joe, and we were about to have a party, and we didn't get that.
Also, can I just mention this? This was a great take that I saw from a few people, but let me pull up a tweet. This is from Catherine Callison. Why was Cedric giving Steve from Blue's Clues at Tribal Council last night?
Catherine Callison wants to be me so bad. Like I definitely called out the Blue's Clues shirt. I love it. I love that Cedric has something because make no mistake, the people on the jury are not giving me anything. There are no looks. There's nothing. We're not getting no big reactions. If it wasn't for David, what would we really even be talking about? Bring him back. Bring him back for 50. Yeah. I know the cast ain't solidified.
Although Cedric, in his real life, a little bit more of a Pooh's Clues.
Ooh, yeah, because he does butt stuff as a job. This is his profession, butt stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
Wait, Chappelle, somebody's here at the podcast door already?
Oh, I thought we just got a letter.
Let me see who it is. Let me look in the podcast peephole.
Skidoo, come on and join us.
Yes, it's Eva Coon.
What's up?
Mother, literally, of Austin Lee Coon and dedicated RHAP listener. Eva, how are you?
I'm good. I listen to you guys every week.
Okay, hold on. Just if anybody's confused, Eva is here, not Eva from Survivor.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm gonna say she gets everything. Eva from Survivor shows up here. She's going to all the rewards. No, we got Eva Coon. Eva, it's nice meeting you, ma'am. Nice meeting you. I'm Chappell. Big fan of you and your son.
You didn't meet Eva when we were in Brea back during Survivor 45?
He's busy. He's on stage doing all the things. I know you. I listen to you every week. And obviously, Rob, it was my honor to be here today.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we're
Happy
so
Mother's
honored
Day.
to have you, Eva. And so, what has been your take on Survivor 48?
I was never heard so many of my name.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a kind of weird. Every week I listen to your guys' podcast, and Eva. Every time you hear Eva, it's like me. No, it's not me. I love it.
Yeah. You don't mind that there's another Eva, because when you play Blood versus Water with Austin, then you're not going to be the first Survivor Eva.
I know. I mean, it's okay. I rooting for Eva. But it still feel weird. I feel like I hear so many her names. I told Austin, I feel like I need to lay low for a while.
You're gonna be a big threat when you come on the season. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Maybe not anytime soon.
Now, Survivor 45, where we saw Austin. Now, he was part of the big alliance, but I don't feel like the people were complaining about the big alliance in Survivor 45 the way they're complaining about the big alliance this season. What do you think the difference is, Eva?
Well, when I watch Austin, obviously I want his alliance to win. And I told Austin, I said, when he's on the big alliance, I never thought, I said, why people were complaining about it. It was so so natural. I want you to win. But now I understand. I said, no, I understand why big alliance people don't like it, because it's not fun for the viewers. So what's the difference? I guess for Austin, they were kind of undercover a lot more. Maybe.
Yeah. And they were more duos, and it wasn't necessarily like they froze out the people on the bottom.
Yeah. Maybe they are more likable, I think.
Maybe. Okay, you said it, Eva, not me.
Well, I liked that group because it felt like they were plotting against each other in ways that this group does not. It's like in these episodes, we're getting, I really should make a move, but I'm just too connected to that person. I emotionally can't do it. I'm not in a position to where I could burn that relationship. Whereas Austin's group was kind of like, okay, at some point we're gonna have to burn each other, but when we get to 4, we'll figure it out. This group kind of just feels like no, they're never gonna do it. They have no intention of doing it. It sounds good to do it, but they're not actually gonna pull the trigger. And I think that's for me why I'm not enjoying it as much.
Yeah, but everybody wants to win, right? So when you're playing it,
that's what we thought. Does everybody want to win though?
They think that they can win.
Not that bad. I'm sorry, Eva. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just got
That's
excited.
okay. That's okay. This is my first time on the podcast. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Well, you're doing great. Eva, can you tell us a little bit about what you thought when David stood up at Tribal Council?
Well, that was funny. I laughed.
Yeah. Was that a good move?
I think it's funny to me. I mean, never. I see this before, so that's it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I think it makes him memorable. I mean, David had a lot of big moments, but I mean, if you're looking down the line for who you're going to bring back as an all-star, people are going to remember this David moment more than they're going to remember a lot of things that happened this season.
Yeah.
Now, Eva, Austin, that he is, got into great shape. I remember they showed like flashbacks from when he was a youngster before he was so physically fit. Did he start drinking a gallon of milk a day? Was that the secret to his success?
No, he does not drink milk. When he was a little, though, he drinks milk. I remember at 9, I had to hold him every middle of the night. He wake up, he wants milk, and just will not go to sleep. So I have to hold him, go downstairs, get milk for him. One day I told him, I said, Austin, you are too heavy for me. I can't do this for you anymore. The next day, he stopped.
Oh, how old is he?
He's probably 1.5, something like that.
Okay, he understood.
He knew what he needed to do.
So now he just drink soy milk, kind of thing, never milk again.
Okay.
Yeah, real. That's how I am too. I don't drink the milk. This is not for me, but it's for David. It's working out. I'm surprised he doesn't come away with any brand deals after this, Rob. We could see him as the milkman, right? Like as the got milk guy if they bring that back.
Yeah, if they bring that back, or any of the different dairy products that are out there, why not? Right?
Yeah, the face of it.
Yeah. Now, Eva, my mom watching this season, she loves Joe. Joe is her favorite by far. Okay. She says that, you know what? Why don't we ever get a nice guy who wins? She said about Joe. How do you feel about Joe?
I like Joe. I mean, he lives Sacramento, very close to where I live.
Bay Area.
Meet him. But
yeah, maybe.
But when you're watching it, I want somebody to make a move on him. But if he made it in, he win, I'd be happy.
Yeah. I agree. Like right now it's boring, but when we look back at the season, sometimes it's good to be like looking back at the winner and say, well, at least I'm happy for that person. I'm happy that he was able to pull it off. Now, for my viewing pleasure, I would love for them to blindside him and Eva. I want them to make messy drama. But, by the end of it, if he wins, then, we say good job and look back as like, okay, that was honorable. Let's not do that again. Let's get away from that far, far away. Let's make it messy again. Make Survivor messy again.
Yeah.
It could be a little messy, right?
Yeah. I would like for it to be messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eva, is there anybody that you were getting frustrated with this season that they're not making a move?
Oh, yeah. I guess I wish. Who is it? Miguel? Oh, not Miguel.
Oh, Mitch.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Will make a move. Yeah, but I like Camilla. I met her. Yeah.
How was that?
It was great. That's Bryce and Windows event in San Francisco.
Oh, yes.
There.
Yes.
I met a few of them. They are great.
Yeah. Now, if I recall, the night that you all got together for the Bryce and Wendell party in San Francisco, that was when Mary hit the shot in the dark, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What did you think about Mary then the rest of the season?
I feel bad for her that she couldn't make too much of impact after merge. But that night was fun. Remember I was in LA, I saw Caleb.
Yes. You were the lucky charm. Yeah.
Next time you have a watch party, I need to be there. Then somebody will make a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
No,
that's a good. Yeah, because that's crazy that you were at both of those watch parties.
That's only 2 times I win. They both times
2 for 2
worked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eva, what did you do for Mother's Day? Did Austin do something nice for you?
I'm not a big Hallmark holidays. So both my kids are not here. So we just had a Zoom call, which is perfect for me.
Okay. That's like this. So we did the same thing for Austin.
Yes. This is a surprise Mother's Day gift for me.
Well, happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Well, you know where I'm going next week in a few days.
Let's see. Next week.
Fiji.
Are you going somewhere? Fiji? Wait, hold on a second. Eva, you're not saying what I think you're saying, are you?
I wish I'm saying what you think I'm saying, but no.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't trust.
I think the rumor mill is going to be milling after this.
No,
Okay.
I'm going to be there for our 30th wedding anniversary.
Oh, convenient. Are you sure it's not 50th anniversary?
Yeah, you think I'm going to play 50.
Or 25th anniversary? Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, it'll be fun. I wish I can go on the island, check out, you guys play. I mean, these days playing Survivor, but I don't think they allow me to go there. So.
You never know.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you got a famous name. Maybe you drop me like, it's me, Austin's mom. You remember him, runner up. Maybe that'll get you, backstage with Jeff, and he can show you all the things on the island.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, Eva, we'll be waiting with bated breath to see. Maybe we'll see Redmond post about you soon. And so great to have you back with us, Eva. And anytime you want to come by the podcast, let us know.
Rob, it's my pleasure. I was nervous. I'm still shaking. I'm on this podcast.
Don't be nervous. You're such a great supporter of RHAP.
Podcast.
Yes, we appreciate you, Eva.
Well,
and give our best to Austin.
Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Take care, Eva. All right, take care.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, okay.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, Eva dropping some nuggets on us.
I love that. So she's going to feed you. I'm not saying I'm going to start the rumor. But if it starts, I'm going to repost it. I'm going to re-skeet that thing. I'm going to make sure people know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chappell, I thought the other really fun moment from this episode came when everybody was working on the puzzle this week, and everybody had to go through with a wheelbarrow, and then they had to then spell the word, the 13-letter word. And my favorite moment happened when Joe thought he had the puzzle solved. Joe really went through it on this puzzle. Here we go.
Joe thinks he has it. Say it, Joe.
Got fun betrayal.
No, that's not right.
No.
Joe, what did you mean by that? Got fun betrayal. I was like, got fun betrayal. I was really trying to figure out what he was going for. I said, if he got this man is insane.
I thought it was very subtle from Jeff of I'm not going to try to say whatever you think you have.
Read it to me, please, because I don't really know.
Why don't you just tell me the word that's on your board?
Yeah, well, he says that. And then when Kyle has his word and it's not spelled correctly, just say it. And Kyle's like, unforgettable? He's like, no. That's not what you got. Maybe you read the word phonetically, and Jeff was like, okay, that's good enough. But yeah, I think Kyle had gotten his R and his G or something like that on the wrong spot. It was very everything was they were rushing so fast, and the letters are everywhere, and they can't look at them while they're putting them up. So it was throwing off. But Got Fun Betrayal has gotten so much play on the internet this week. Everyone's talking about it. I just don't know what Joe thought he was doing. I'm not quite sure what the goal was with Got Fun Betrayal.
Yeah, and it's not even spelled. The word betrayal is not even spelled.
That's the problem. I was like, Betrayal. It's like, Betrayal. I was like, Got Fun Betrayal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, please, more Survivor contestants, Big Brother contestants, just spelling words. We get things like Technotronics.
Yeah. Reality TV stars spelling is just that's also getting a lot of mileage these days. And it's a classic. It really is. Make them spell. We did Battle Camp recently, and I mean, the words that they could not spell was shocking eliminations based on the easiest spelling words. So yeah, I think that you put the cameras on them, it makes the suspense a little bit more suspensey. It makes it a little bit more tense, and they can't really formulate words. They can't spell words the way they would like to. Don't put a camera on me and tell me to spell either. You know what I'm saying? I thought look, in the privacy of my home, I'm a spelling bee whiz. I also have spell check and autocorrect, all those things now at my fingertips. Maybe it is betrayal, betrayal, who knows, right? If this was his real life, Siri would have fixed it and he would have never known he made this mistake.
Yeah, is that becoming a more and more of a thing for these Survivor players where autocorrect is fixing everything, where you don't even have to know how to spell betrayal or anything anymore?
Make them spell more then. Let's lean into it. I think that we have the strong people making a run toward the end. Let's get the strong, smart people some play. Let's get to, okay, we might not be able to do a regular puzzle. Maybe puzzles aren't the great equalizer anymore, but a spelling bee. A spelling bee might be the thing that we need. Put them up on a perch or something like that. If they spell it wrong, drop them like they do on the challenge. It's been done. And I think it's tried and true.
Yes. Was this actually a clever Survivor shout out to make the word be unforgettable? A shout out to the great Natalie Cole.
Oh, is that what this is? Well, it is very random, right? Remember when the Survivor puzzle words would mean something that had to do with Survivor? This just wasn't a word. It was just a word. It was just like, we needed a long word. This one works. To me, they didn't put a lot of thought into this puzzle. It had nothing to do with the game or the show that we're watching.
Is this a sign Natalie Cole is going to be on 50? Unforgettable.
She was barely on the White Lotus. They lied and said that she was going to have some speaking lines on that, and I didn't get that either. So I don't know. I don't trust nobody when it comes to Natalie Cole. Bring her back, but also give us some screen time.
Unforgettable.
Look at her. Look at my girl.
Yeah, 1 week late for the wand off.
Yeah, that's not the jacket though, Rob. Is it? I mean, there's no way. That's the jacket Angelina wanted.
I think that's the jacket, right?
That's the jacket.
I think so.
Angelina,
what jackets did she have?
I'm just saying. Oh, look, these people got a lot of clothes on Survivor these days, Rob. Back in your day, they used to have y'all out there in nothing, but these people got outfit changes, wardrobe changes.
To be fair, I'm not even like somebody that can complain. Like back when I played, that when I played in Survivor the Amazon, I had so much clothes. Survivor All Stars, but they gave us very little. Survivor, and I had the most. That they said, they looked at me and they said, here's long pants, long sleeves. You have the most clothes out of anybody. Like Boston Rob had like a tank top and shorts. Like Amber had a tank top. That's it. I had maybe I packed that way. Like I was like, okay, I don't want to be cold. But in Survivor the Amazon, I had a raincoat. I had like a million things. I had a big backpack full of clothes until it all went on fire.
Yeah, someone should go back. Maybe Mike Bloom will do this one day. Go back and kind of track, the seasons where you get something to wear and the seasons where you're out there like Austin, and just struggling. Not Austin Lee Coon, but, Austin from Pearl Islands out there in his draws. There's some seasons where they just give you nothing.
Okay. Let me give you some updates about some Survivor alumni, okay? Recent guest on the podcast, the Queen, Sandra Diaz-Twine. A couple of quick updates for you. Update number 1, Sandra got a bomb pop.
She's so real. Of course she did. I don't know. She looked very happy, Rob.
$2 million smile for Sandra got a bomb pop.
Look, she can afford it. I don't know why this is an update. Wow, like Lyle, what you doing? Okay, Sandra got a bomb pop. That's what's up.
Sandra got a bomb pop, but okay, that's the good news. But the bad news, Chappell, coming up. Sandra fell.
Was it the bomb pop's fault? Did she slip on it? She slipped and fell.
I don't know what happened.
God. Look at her leg. She scraped it up bad. Her husband thinks it's funny.
Yeah, feel bad.
Parvati says not again. That's referencing Sandra's faceplant on Heroes versus Villains. She was walking down the beach and just like people don't talk about that moment enough. I think Sandra's a little clumsy. Maybe that's not why she's not so great in the challenges historically.
Okay. But Chappell, I guess there's a reason why we're talking about Sandra had a bomb pop. Sandra fell. Survivor has kind of the Survivor world has kind of slowed down a little bit. Maybe eyes are on the future. People are sort of feeling like that we're a little bit maybe stalled in the present, and so it's gotten a little dicey over on the Survivor subreddit.
Oh no. I'm terrified of that place. It's like an elephant graveyard. You should never go there.
You should never go there, but I think we can talk about it. My question for you tonight, my thesis is Survivor Reddit down bad? Okay. We have, our researchers have pulled a few posts from the Survivor subreddit today to give you a sense of maybe, has it gotten that bad? Okay. Exhibit A. We have a post from today that says, the only person who came to play Survivor this season was Chrissy.
In what way?
Chrissy got voted out, just pointing out that it's dumb for everyone to literally give the same strong alliance, to give the game to a strong alliance on a silver platter. People treated her comments at the last 2 tribal councils like she farted during church service. Bet the others wish they listened now.
Chrissy voted
851 upvotes for the only person who came to play Survivor this season was Chrissy.
That's interesting. How do you feel about that theory, Rob?
I don't think that Chrissy was the only person that was here to play Survivor this season, especially on a season where, you had Say, who was out there. I think that Mary did come to play hard.
Yeah, and then there's also the alliance that's running the game with Eva and Joe's. Like they're playing Survivor. They're just doing it in a way that isn't great for everybody else, and they're doing it in a dominating fashion. So I don't really know if we can give Chrissy credit for being the only one who came to play. But I don't know. I just feel like you know, Chrissy, she chose her spots to play just like everybody else did. There were definitely spots where I thought maybe Chrissy should be playing a little different. I'm not quite sure how, you know, I'm pretty sure they voted out Say when Eva was exposed. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, Chrissy, if she was playing, that'd have been a great time to play. That'd have been a great time to be like, hey guys, let's make a move. Maybe not the very next vote when it's you on the chopping block. Maybe save your allies.
All right. So Chappell kind of down with Chrissy, the only person here to play this season.
She was playing, but other people were playing too.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Exhibit B. Is Mary the best player to never win?
Okay. Now we lost the plot. I just feel like based on
you want to read the post?
Yes, I need to hear the post because Rob, as I'm sitting with one of the former best players to never win, I think you held that title for. I mean, you held that title for a very long time. I don't know if you've been usurped, but it does seem like it. I would love to know what you think about this as well.
I know that some players like Russell and Amanda came close, but the way Mary was able to shot in the dark Justin out of the game and navigate being the target every single round, yet never be the one sent home. She also tried to make a move on Joe, made him paranoid, and got in his head. And her social game with David was so good, he blew up his game trying to get her to be a part of the 6 instead of Camilla. Had Mary made it to the end, she would have more than a little lamb. She would have had $1 million with that underdog story. Her game was also complex and had layers, which simple Survivor fans just won't understand.
Damn. I knew I was a simple Survivor fan because I just don't understand how you got Mary, the best player to never win, and she goes out at the final 7. Like, damn, it's people who lost because of a fire making challenge. It's people who lost because of one challenge. It's people who lost by 1 vote. And Mary at the final 7 is the best to never win. Mm-hmm. Let's look at her track record. She lost all her allies in the pre-merge. Every last one of them. Every last one of them was gone in the pre-merge. I feel like that better players are going to keep some allies around. You know, I'm not saying Mary's not a great player.
Look.
But the best to never win is a lofty thing to
not even this season, all time. Yeah. So
the
congratulations to Mary.
So if Joe loses, Mary's a better player than Joe? Like somehow she's like, yeah, well, he didn't do half.
Whoever wins, and then Mary.
Mary right after that. Okay. Well, you know, last season Rachel was the greatest player of all time, right? Wasn't that the thing that Damabate said?
I think
the greatest winning game of all time or something like that. Yeah. So look, sometimes we get thirsty around these parts. We be starving in the Survivor streets sometimes.
Okay. All right. One more for you, Chappell, from the last 24 hours on the reddit.com/r/survivor. Okay. My pitch for why Banu needs to come back for 50.
Turn it up, Full Metal Troyzan. Okay? I love them. Yes. Talk about it.
Every supervillain has an origin story. The first time around, Banu just wanted to win 1 million hearts. He was overtly emotional and wanted his tribe and God to love him. And what does he get in return? Scorn, isolation, and a heartbreaking betrayal by God, a lost vote, an early boot, and the fans whose hearts he wanted to win laughed at him. And this is just the beginning. So why should Banu come back for 50? So we can watch him discard emotions on day 1 and turn into the most cold-blooded Survivor villain in history. Blindsiding all your favorites and sticking it to all the fans who mocked him. The first time he was there for 1 million hearts. Now he's just out for $1 million. It would be the greatest story arc that's ever happened on Survivor. Boninator 2, Judgment Day. 0 God, 0 hearts, just money.
Mr. Bonds. Okay. All right. Release the hounds on these mofos in Fiji and win 50. I love it. Full Metal Troyzan. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. Say more things. Bring back Banu.
Yeah.
Beat.
You're here for it?
I am. Because what else do we have? What else do we have? Bring back Banu. I think he can't do any worse. I mean, he literally was just, you know, even though he wasn't the first boot, he still was just kind of just like, he was everywhere. And so I think give him a chance to come back and live long enough to be the villain.
Okay. Also, Chappell, have you been following the saga of the IMDb ratings for these different shows?
No. What do you mean?
Okay, so that people give ratings for the episodes of different shows, and then sometimes you'll see like this episode was the highest rated show of all time. This was the lowest rated show of all time. But when I take a look at the Survivor 48 rankings, this is the most recent episode. I think it's only a 4.3 out of 10 out of 252 ratings. This is what the IMDb raters had to say about this episode.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. We got a 1. A lot of people said they're rating this a 1 out of 10.
This a 1 all time.
Survivor has definitely had worse episodes for sure. This by no means was the worst episode of Survivor. I just don't think so. I think that the bar is clearly high for this amazing show that we've been watching for so long. But also there has been some dark times on this show, and this did not even scrape any of that. But I just think we're creatures of the moment. We're really in it. We want to enjoy the season so bad. We want people to make a move, but we're not getting our pound of flesh, and we don't like that here.
Now, Chappell, do you know what the top rated Survivor episode of all time is?
Banana Etiquette.
No, I mean, Banana Etiquette is probably on the opposite end of the spectrum as Coconut Etiquette, to be fair. But
I feel like they're polar opposites.
The IMDb highest rated Survivor episode of all time is last season's Final 7. This is Operation Italy.
It was a good episode. It was a good episode. It was solid. It was solid. I don't know if it's the best episode of all time. But I think that it's definitely in the conversation for the new era for sure.
Yeah. So it had a 9.3 rating out of 10.
I don't know if any of the episodes are going to be that good in this season or like moving forward. I mean, we only have 4 more episodes, maybe 3. How many? Oh God,
it's only 2.
2? Dear God. Yeah.
There's the final 6 and there's the finale.
Yeah, it is wild, y'all. It's wild. I don't know. I don't know if it's better to win Survivor or have a trash season of Survivor. Like, which one would you rather? Like, you have to win, but you also need your season to be decent.
Would I rather win the worst have a good season?
Or win the worst season.
This isn't the worst season.
No, it's not.
Yeah, would I rather win the worst season or
lose the best season?
Or lose the best season?
Yeah. So it's like, let's just use 2 seasons, for example, that we might have used when ranking the seasons here at RHAP years ago.
Yeah.
Number 50 was Island of the Idols.
40. Yeah.
40. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, God. We got to re-rank them soon. Okay, but Island of the Idols was 40. You could be Tommy. Not awful. It was he won. He did win.
I mean, you get the money. The check.
You get the money. The check is going to clear regardless. But do you want to get the money? I guess, yeah. You could get the money, or you could get second place. Second place isn't awful. It's not horrible. You could be second place in Heroes vs. Villains. You could be Parvati. She lost the best season.
Yeah. I think that's a tough example because she's actually won a different season. So
I
guess, pick a different best season.
Okay.
I mean,
you could be Lil.
You could be Lil. I mean,
you could be Pearl Islands. You could be Woo. You don't want to be Woo. You don't want to be Woo.
Yeah.
No, I think you gotta win. I think you gotta win. You gotta win.
This is the famous Big Brother question of like, would you rather win and be hated or lose and be loved?
But that's wrong. It's incorrect. The question is flawed, Rob, because in Big Brother, you should absolutely want to lose and be loved. There's no merit in winning Big Brother and being hated. Ask Andy Herron. Ask him. He's right there. Tweet him at Andy Herron. He will tell you, I won. It's not great. Not great all the time. There are so many Big Brother winners who have won and are hated. There's probably an equal amount of hated Big Brother winners and loved Big Brother winners. It's probably like 50-50, which is crazy to think of. So no, you absolutely want to lose Big Brother and be an icon. Be Davon every chance that you can have. If you have the opportunity to be Davon, be Davon. If you got to be Maggie, be somebody else.
All right, Chappell, let's switch over to TikTok. And I want to show you a video. And I have not seen this. This got put into my notes for our Club Condo conversation. I thought it'd be fun to look at together. It looks like there's a game that Derek X has going on over on the TikTok. Okay? All right, you ready for this? Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can start this over. Okay.
Five Survivor fans.
They could all lie, you know?
Bro,
I don't know.
this guy never even seen reality TV before.
Travis?
What's going on here? So Derek X from Big Brother is at a desk with Travis from Big Brother, and they're trying to guess who was on Survivor. But Derek X says Travis has never seen reality TV before. Derek X loved Travis. Do you remember that?
This is his favorite person. I was shocked to see Travis pop up, but for Derek X, this makes total sense.
Yes. Okay.
When you were evicted, like what number were you evicted?
All right. Now, okay.
Moose?
Moose is here also.
What is this? What is happening?
Okay. And they're trying to guess somebody was on Survivor.
On your season? I was the winner.
Okay.
We played this game on the Michelle and Kelly podcast. Y'all got to go check it out. There was a guy there impersonating Bruce. It was the whole thing.
I was the winner.
Okay. Now, do you recognize this man?
Yes, that would be Tony Vlachos.
No.
He was the winner. He says it right there.
Yes, the winner. Of course, my castmate, Dan Liu, is here.
Dan Liu be popping up in all the places. Remember when he was a stripper in the Pee Wee Herman movie?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
With Joe Manganiello.
Good times. Yeah. All the strippers were there.
Yes. Okay. So Dan Liu is here. And he says he's the winner.
Winner. I'm just joking. That was not convincing. That was not convincing. I was the third person voted out.
Yeah, you were.
Unfortunately for me, I was the first person voted out, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He said, yeah, you were. He's like, yeah, he was.
Like before I made the jury, made the merge. It was a little tough for me because I really wanted to have that like end game story that I knew I could do.
Does the merge happen at the same time every year?
No. It doesn't.
Does the merge happen at the same time every year?
Roughly.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly.
I mean, my ace up the sleeve was saying,
Yes.
This guy's not going to get cast on Survivor wearing Africa earrings. It's just not. It's not the age where that would happen. This age just they gonna be like, sir, no, thank you. This is like they be like diversity, but not a lot of like just enough. That's a little diverse. They're not gonna let my man on. He got the Africa earrings and an Africa necklace. They really like, sir, we're not going. We haven't been to Africa in decades. Have you seen Gabon? You know, like we stopped going back after that.
Okay. What's Derek X gonna guess?
39 season Survivor, and there's 3 people here who knew that there was actually 45. So I'm sorry, but Shane and Lance, you guys gonna have to fight it out.
Oh, really? That's how you feel, huh?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
You think you're the executive decision maker? There's 4 of us on this.
We're not boxing, right?
Really? Okay, the video's over now. What is happening? What is this?
They have to guess.
This is from, we tried to guess who the real Survivor player is on Guess the Survivor. This is on Moose's TikTok channel.
But they didn't even finish the video. Do we have to go to Moose's
YouTube
video to catch the rest of it?
Let's see.
I love these comments. Daniel, what are you doing here? It's crazy.
Yeah. Let me just see that. Brandon, do you have any context for what we just watched?
I thought they were going to pop the balloon. I thought they were
like
lined
the
up.
set of Pop the Balloon.
I mean, the set of Pop the Balloon is very bare. It's just stand.
Brandon, what did we watch?
So that's just like a compilation of now a 30-minute video on Moose's YouTube. And that's giving you the highlight tape.
30 minutes, that is?
This is like a genre of YouTube video that does like crazy well of like the guess between which 6 people is a blank.
Why can't we do this?
We did it.
How are they beating us up to this?
We did it.
We've done. I feel like I've done. Yeah, I've done it. Chappelle and I have lived.
I was there. I saw it.
We got to put together a better. You know, we get somebody who's never seen Survivor, and we have them guess who did the best on Survivor. That's the money.
We need to go to the old school interviewers that Rob has been talking to. When Rob goes and talks to our old school players, the ones that we know they are not really watching, and they're like, no, well, I peek in every now and then bring in Jelinski. You know what I'm saying? And bring him in and say, like, does this man look like a Survivor player to you? Like, I just feel like that's where the fun is, because those people are going to lie and say they've been keeping up with the show in case, you know, that phone rings and Jeff needs them to come back out there, but they're not really paying attention. They don't know who Daniel Strunk is, you know? Like, I feel like we can parade.
Not gonna show up for this bit, I don't think.
Well, I could be Daniel Strunk. I was Bruce.
Oh, you could be Daniel Strunk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna pop me? I'm be like, yeah, I should have went with Jenny Kim, but
yeah,
I just
Brandon,
didn't.
what are they saying in the Survivor group chats these days about this season?
If you want to know that, you got to sign up for Chat BCC.
Chat BCC, yeah, that's a
There's-
public group chat. What are they saying in the
refuse to
private
do
group
that.
chats?
Private group chats are saying worse stuff than Chat BCC
Yes.
is. And Chat BCC isn't super high. There's no more fun place to be at Wednesday night at 8 than Chat BCC. We're having so much fun in Chat BCC.
I know the season 46 people ain't talking. I know they ain't talking. There was like a month where we were like, and what the hell is this? So like, how dare you? From the 4 Banu episodes and then the 5 consecutive idols not being played, since this went out 46. Love y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's these streets are dark at these times, but you know what?
We starve it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Brandon. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Chappell. Of course, at the final 6, we'll see kind of the last opportunity for the Survivor players to make a move here, unless we're going to see the, strong 4 really take it to 4. Do you think that happens this week?
The strong 4 or the move?
The move against the strong 4. I'm
torn because I've been saying make the move since last week. I was saying this is the time. We're at 7, make the move. But now I'm kind of anti the move, Rob. Well, not
you
really.
Want to keep it.
I kind of want to keep the 4 here. The thing about being I'm that type of reality TV fan where I'm like, I want you to be punished for not doing what I want you to do. And so because they've not done what I want them to do, I want them to now see what happens.
Everybody
Reap what you have sown. Yeah, now you have to lose. Everybody has to lose.
You
because
have to round, now find out.
Exactly. And if we miss the now find out part, then they'll never learn. These people have to
lesson.
They have to learn. So when they come back and play, they're like, last time I did it like this, but this time I'm going to do this. That's what I need.
Last time I tried to get 1 million hearts.
Right. This time I'm coming for $1 million. So that's what I want. I want them to say, damn, I should have made the move. So I'm hoping that Joe wins immunity, Eva uses her idol, and then they go, look, we did it. Now one of you have to go. And we're like, see, because this is what we used to get on Survivor, Rob. You remember those days where it's every week it would be the Pagonging and like the South Pacific. Every week we're like, you're gonna be next, and then it gets to Edna and she's like, what, me? And then it gets to Rick, he's like, what, me? We're like, yes, that's what we've been saying. That's what everybody's been saying. It's going to be you eventually. It's never gonna be Sophie. It's never gonna be her. It's gonna be you. And so we want that. I think that makes the season a little bit more fulfilling to me if I get that chance of at least one of them has to like, damn, it should have been me. I should have made this. I should have made the move. Because then we could all go, thank you, and feel like they heard us. And the Survivor guys were listening to what we wanted and gave us a little something. I don't really care who wins the season. I like everybody who's left. But I do want a little fireworks. I want something. Give me some. I'm thirsty. Starving.
Okay. All right. We'll see on Wednesday night. Chappell, I didn't know if I wanted to talk about this.
Okay.
But slim pickings in the Survivor universe for us to talk about. So let's go there. Okay, let's do it. Something that I have observed for some time. People have been asking me about a little thing called Rob's Shady Updates. Have you seen this?
No, I have not.
Have you heard about this?
No, I don't know what we're doing here. What is it? What is this? What's going on?
In the style of the Star Updates and a Cedric Shady Updates, there is an account on social media known as Rob Shady Updates. And they have been trying to get people to follow them, they're trying to get me to follow them. And until then, that they're then taking my face and photoshopping it onto the faces of other Survivor players.
To me, this is cool. I appreciate the effort, right? I know you got to get noticed. But to me, they're picking Survivor players that we know so well. That's like you see the picture and you kind of know exactly who that is. I would like for them to pick more obscure Survivor players. Obscure Survivor players are my favorite brand of Survivor player. Like go in and, and just find somebody from the mid-aughts or whatever that nobody remembers and put your face on them. Put your face on Carolina. Put your face on Paloma. Like give me something like that.
Yeah. So I appeared this weekend on the Drop Your Buffs podcast with Evan Ross Katz and Sean Ross, and we had a great interview. I highly encourage everybody to check out my interview on Drop Your Buffs. I had a really great time talking to those guys. But one of the first questions I was asked in this interview was from Evan Ross Katz, who asked me about Rob's Shady Updates.
Now, are you purposefully evading the question of your awareness around Rob Shady Updates?
Rob Shady Updates. Okay. So they started the Rob Shady Updates, and I have seen it because I'm tagged in like a million different posts. And they say that they're going to put survivors' faces. Would either of you want to get my face photoshopped onto one of your bodies?
It's one of my dreams.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
It wasn't 3 days ago, but it is now.
It seems like the survivors seem to enjoy it. It seems like that they want it. And I feel like that in general, I feel like that people seem to like it. So I think I'm in this position of power where if I give this person what they want, then they stop doing the thing, but it seems like the people like the thing. Okay. Chappell, this segment was tweeted out by Drop Your Buffs. Rob Shady Updates has responded.
Oh, no.
Breaking. Rob Cesternino acknowledges Rob's Shady Updates for the first time ever on Drop Your Buffs. He admits to ignoring me on purpose, highlighting his position of power as he's a sick man who enjoys watching me suffer.
I mean, that's always fun. You know, watching someone suffer could get you there if you needed to. It said, like the account says, it's Rob Cesternino's only stand. We know that's not true. You got a bunch of them, but I do appreciate people, really putting their foot down and saying, acknowledge me, because I love to be acknowledged as well. I saw a tweet from Dwight Moore that said, why do good things happen to stupid people? And then Rob Shady Update said, this is Rob Cesternino shade. And to that, I don't understand. Like, I don't really, like they're saying, like, good things happen to you.
Yeah.
Or like, maybe, I don't understand, but whatever.
Okay. The Rob Shady Updates account has been very busy of late.
They've been spiraling.
Yeah. Okay. Here is Helen Lee from Survivor 44 with my face on it.
Okay.
Here's Eva with my face.
Obviously.
Here's Ben. One kind of looks like me already. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Here's Carla with my face.
A baddie.
Yeah. Here's Asia. Asia with my face. Oh, Jenna Maraska is me.
Do you recognize these at
Donlin.
first glance, or is it just like you see the name as well?
Here's me as
you as
David. That one kind of looks like me normally. Yeah, here's
Mary
as me. That one is pretty good.
It's cute. It's whatever.
Yeah. Sam Fallon.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mitch. Oh, tell Eva to come back. Here's Austin.
I don't think Eva should see that.
But it's
Jessica Chong.
Just Chong. It seems like that the survivors. Here's Quinn.
Quinn.
Yeah. And I've seen a couple of Saul.
Okay.
Sometimes then they get another person's face. Jesse Lopez got his face on my body.
He got robbed.
Yeah. This looks wrong. I don't know.
It's not great.
Sometimes it looks like here's me as the Pope.
The Chicago Pope.
Mitch.
Yes. Our famous GIF, our famous meme.
Yeah, me, Debbie.
Oh wow! It would have taken me a little bit longer to get there, but I see it.
Yeah. So I don't know what comes next, Chappell. I feel like the survivors seem to like it though when they're following the account. I feel like that they want to get my face on their body.
Now we need merch now.
Nobody ever. Yeah.
No, we need merch now. We need pop figures. We need pillowcases. We need all the things now, right? We're gonna lean into this. You know, I still think that we're missing the mark a little bit. These people are well-known faces of Survivor. Go in and find us the people who Rob's like, who is that? Like, that's what I want to see. I want Rob to have to prove to us that that's a Survivor player.
Who has my face on?
Right. It's like a Big Brother game where they do the face morph. As they say, who are these people? We need a face morph. It's Rob's face, but we have to figure out whose body it belongs to. Rob Shady Updates, if you're listening to this, make it happen.
Yeah. I did show it also to Dominic, my son, and he was slightly disturbed.
I bet the Debbie one really threw him off. He He's like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Yeah, Rob, but like, look, I think that you've now acknowledged them and they're not taking it well. So I think your instincts were correct because now that you've mentioned them, I've been seeing them. They're spiraling. They said they need a rebrand. Rob Cesternino is an evil man. I don't know, Rob. But the survivors are following. I'm looking at the followers. Maria, Austin,
they're
Kendra.
coming out of the woodwork because they want to get memed.
They want to get their face. They want to get you face robbed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of them on here, which is crazy. Like they don't even come out often to the podcast. Y'all need to start using the same energy. Sam Phelan,
yeah,
Rome is on here. Gabe, all the heavy hitters from the new era are on here. Owen,
they're all coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
So I guess I got to figure out, what my next move is.
Yes, you got to slow play this. You can't just go out and be like, okay, you win, I'll follow you. Let's bargain a little bit. Let's see what else Rob Shady Update is willing to do for us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Chappell, what else is on your mind?
I don't know, Rob. So I've been really thinking about this season and kind of where we are in the standings for this season and what would be the most entertaining outcome for this. Obviously, I do think there's a world where we split up Joe and Eva would be very entertaining, but I do like when everybody gets angry and is yelling about stuff. And so that also feels really good. So I don't know. Like I feel like we've had a low mark for the season, but there's still opportunity for things to change. We still have the fire making challenge coming up. We still have the final 6 vote and the final 5. Who knows? And then who knows? Maybe we're reading this jury all wrong and they're going to come in and reward somebody not named Joe or Eva. And it's going to be a very compelling twist to the season. Who knows? But right now, I'm just hoping that we get something. Spice it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was also Star's been very active on Twitter these last couple of episodes. Star said, somebody tell this man to sit TF down. I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
Star makes a good point. So Cedric tweeted out something to the effect of, when we're sitting there, David stands up, but it's actually very quiet. There's no swelling of music. There's no emotional score to go with this. It's just we're sitting there minding our own business, and a man stands up directly next to us and just stands. He does nothing. He doesn't make a sound. He just stands there. And time is passing, and they're just looking at him. Crickets. You can hear crickets chirping in the background. And all you see is this man standing there. And I just have to imagine that this was probably the funniest thing that ever happened. Rob, I could never be in a room like this because you know me. I'm going to holler. I'm going to scream. The way Star was covering her mouth, stifling a laugh, could never be me. Joe would have had to say, Chappell, leave. Like he would have had to walk me out of tribal council. It'd been just
you
like
would have been like Jessica Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, he can go. Let him go. He doesn't. He's not an adult. He can't handle this kind of thing. But David made a moment. Some of these people can't even say they've done that. So I'll give it to him. Yeah,
give it to
great
him.
TV.
Yeah. Look, David, we ate.
We did. He gave us very little.
We didn't have that to talk about this week.
There would be nothing to talk about. It'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But no, I like this. I miss big characters on Survivor. Yes, we like gameplay, but bring us the people who were like, nah, I'm here to make a moment. And people were upset. I love when people get going. I love when the people have something to talk about. This gave us something to talk about.
Did you like when Joe got mad that Mary was going to vote for him?
You know that was my favorite part of the episode. You know that was my favorite part of the episode. Because Joe has never actually considered that he could get voted for. It's just been a long time since that's been an option. And so he forgot that that was a thing that he should be worried about. And so Mary comes and she just places her lady parts on the table and says, boom, I'm voting for Joe. And Joe's like, huh? And he's just like, yeah, no disrespect. It's you. Well, I mean, look at you. You're going to win the game. I'm going to vote for you. It's a respect thing. You got it. And Joe's like, all right, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. And he goes over to Shaheen he goes over to Kyle and Mitch. He's like, y'all hear Mary? She said this crazy thing about voting for me. That's wild, huh? They're like, yeah, you probably going to get a vote. He's like, yeah. I mean, but like, what if I split? Like, what if I do a vote on somebody? Wouldn't that be crazy? And they say, oh yeah, Joe, that would be crazy. Because who would you be putting a vote on? He's like, Mitch, you with him. I know you with Kyle. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Let me go to Shaheen. Shaheen.
Mitch was like, I'm lucky I was here for this conversation because if I wasn't here, somebody would have just said, well, what about Mitch?
Yeah, you were getting that vote, Mitch. You were getting that vote, Joe, and you could see the kind of like the paranoia that everybody else has had throughout the game, kind of entering Joe's body again because he's been so relaxed. Between him and Eva, this episode basically saying, "We got it, everything's working out, this is fine." It was it kind of it's very mundane. It's just like, okay, this is boring. Like, let's come on, do something. But to see that glimmer in his eye when the switch goes off, he's like, wait, I have to do something in Survivor. Okay, but also looking around and saying, I actually don't have a lot of options here. Maybe they have me surrounded. What am I going to do? So yeah, even him going to Shaheen was just like, so Shaheen,
yeah,
wouldn't it be crazy if we like threw a vote on somebody else? Shaheen's like, welcome, Joe. Welcome to the party. As I told David last week, some of us have been doing this for days. So yeah, I loved it. And I loved Eva. I loved Eva in this entire episode. When she goes on her advantage and she does the little game.
Yeah.
And she's like, I was going to get to knowledge's power. But then I thought about it. I said, self, that's what I call myself when I call myself. I said, self, I don't need knowledge's power. I have all the power. And she comes back to the beach, and instead of being like, oh, guys, it was nothing, blah, 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 she said, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to tell them exactly how I feel. Guys, it was just knowledge's power. I mean, y'all needed that shit, but not me.
Yeah, what am I going to do, steal my own stuff?
You know what I'm saying? High five. They're like, ha, 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 ha. And Joe's like, I mean, anybody else would have came back and lied about it, but Eva, nah, she's being truthful. And they're just like laughing and joking their way on to the end. I would be seething if I was watching this happen. But being able to watch it from home, it's been pretty entertaining. I'll give you that. These are the high points that I'm taking from these episodes.
Okay, let me ask you about Shaheen once again. And can you tell me then what's been your reaction to all of the Shaheen sound effects? That's kind of like become his thing on the show. He's the guy, he inserts like the tribal sounding little interstitials to the scene.
Max Dawson walked so this man could now fly, at least in this part of like, hey, I'm the fan. I am the super fan. Look at me. I have so much to where it's jumping out of my skin and I got to sing about it. I got to do the sound effects and all that stuff. You're right. Like Jeff would have yelled at you back when you played Survivor, but now he's like, no, do more of that. We like
Hit it, Shaheen.
Yeah. And I mean, again, what else do we have right now? This is a season. It's kind of stale. So we got to look at Shaheen and be like, all right, I'm good for a soundtrack. I really like Shaheen. I think that him, like I see a lot of his reaction, like my reaction and his reaction are very similar to things. We get very fired up and then we don't do nothing. And so like for him to be like, Joe, are you serious? You ain't been voted for a week. You've been winning all the challenges, blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, but I'm still gonna go to the end with him. I'm like, oh, Shaheen. We love that guy.
Yeah.
He's fun.
I mean, maybe he feels like that. Hey, the jury's gonna eat this up. I got a million sound effects. Remember that guy on Police Academy that used to make all the noises? They love that guy, Michael Winslow.
I'm the guy now. It's me. I'm the new guy. Yeah. So he's gonna bring it out.
The siren. He can do like the walkie-talkie.
Yeah. And now Shaheen's gonna do tribal sounds and hopefully not offend anybody at the final tribal council.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Chappell. Anything else on your mind?
No.
Okay.
Look, again, we are here talking about a show that is 48 seasons in, and they got to try to keep it fresh however they can. And so I support Survivor taking big swings, but when it gets like this, it's tough. It's tough. So we're all in this together. We're going to hold each other up in these moments and get through 48.
Well, I would say that the 90 minutes does not work in the show's favor in these types of seasons where, it's not the first season where we've had like a slog to the end, but it is the first season that has a slog to the end in the 90-minute era. So it really is much more of like, is somebody going to do something?
Pull the tape. I've been saying Survivor didn't need to be 90 minutes long because we spend 17 of it on the challenge. And it's just like, this is a long time. And then they were like, okay, we're going to do 90 minutes. Let's spend 30 minutes on the challenge. No, there's got to be other stuff going on. So yeah, if this was a little bit shorter, it might be a little bit more palatable. But it's just so much of just like, yeah, I would do it. But it's a personality thing. It's like, okay, the show is not doing us any favors because I know, Rob, that these people are aware that they can't sit next to Joe and Eva. They know this. The show's not giving it to us, but they know it. They're going to do it. They're going to do something about it, Rob. I think this is the week.
I'm on the record. I think something's going to happen this week also. So we will see on Wednesday night. In the meantime, I had a great interview with Chappell, and I just watched her on Deal or No Deal Island. Parvati Shallow stopped by the podcast talking about she has a book coming out, Nice Girls Don't Win. How I burned it all down to take back my power.
Real. She's so real. And now she's going to be on Australian Survivor versus the World, potentially burning down the world.
August, I think.
I don't know if we know that. I don't think
I thought I saw a clip there where Sari said it was going to be on in August.
People be lying. They don't know. I mean, Sari, don't get me wrong. I love her to death, but she can't hear this. I think people be lying. I don't know if they know when they're gonna drop the show. It's coming one day though. Okay. It's coming one day.
Later this summer. Later this summer. Okay.
This year.
All right. Chappell, what else is coming up for you?
You can catch me here on RHAP talking about Netflix shows on the Nothing But Netflix podcast. We have some reality TV coverage coming your way soon. Sneaky Links, the show about cheaters and whether or not they're reformed or not, that is on Netflix, is coming soon. And so I think I'm going to bring some coverage for that on the Nothing But Netflix podcast. And then over on Recap Kickback, we had Met Gala coverage. We're talking about Forever on Netflix as well. And Chantel and I are still popping the balloon, talking about our dating habits and our run-ins with different celebrities and with poop bags and all kinds of stuff. It's very fun time over there.
Bags.
Yeah. There's a poop bag. It wasn't my story. It was definitely Chantel's. But yeah, you have to tune into Recap Kickback for that to find out what Chantel is talking about and see if we've been popping the balloon for the last 5-6 episodes. Rob, they have these reality stars on Pop the Balloon Live, and they call them pop stars. And this week we had
I like that.
we had Pauly Calafiore as one of the pop stars this episode. And so it was a very interesting episode of Pop the Balloon. Check that out. And then check us out on Recap Kickback to see what we have to say.
All right. We love to read what you have to say in the comments here after another wild week of Club Condo. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.